What's up, everyone? I'm CO Connolly, and it freaks her out every time I get loud, so sometimes I prepare her and I tell her so she comes right here because she's like, okay, I'm gonna hold down real tight, otherwise she's been bouncing around. So we're hanging out in her little play cage, just hanging out in here. Yup. She's been running around doing her thing for a while. Of course, it seems like every single time I start filming, she decides that she doesn't want to anymore. She doesn't want to play. Of course, when I first turned on the camera, I didn't realize how much of a mess I looked. She had my hair all flipped forward. I was like, holy crap, what the heck? Ooh, she's climbing in my shirt. So, leave it. So if you actually see any of my TikTok videos, you can see us go on our daily walks, right? We go for a walk after lunch. Yes, we do. I'm gonna pull that up, girl, because you have pulled parts of it off. No, ma'am, you cannot have it. You can have your oxalotl, that's fine. So every day we go for a walk after lunch. She has this rug right here, and she pulled some of it off, and I had to chase her for it. That's the only reason why I'm sitting up now. I was laying down. I don't know why she wants to pull off the edges. These are like carpet tiles. So they have... No, stop pulling the edge up. But they're carpet tiles. They're little 12 by 12 pieces of carpet that you like put together like a puzzle, and the edge goes around, and she's realized that there's an edge there, so now she wants to pull them up. Anyway, so I had to chase her for a piece of it that came up. So anyway, we go on these little walks on TikTok and stuff like that, and yes, ma'am. Can I smooch? No. She's like, I'll play it. So, yep, over there you can see every day when we go for a walk, we just go hang out. She hangs out on me and watches all the nature and stuff around us. I have figured out, though, and I found this out because I was watching TikTok videos. So, I had figured out that literally the reason why she gets freaked out sometimes whenever we're outside is because of the sounds of the birds, right? I get that. But there was like a big mass of crows flying over in a TikTok video, and as soon as like all the crows and stuff like that are cawing and stuff, she like freaked out and like dove down my shirt, and I was like, holy crap, okay, I'm changing it. So I had to change the video. And I was like, that's the reason why she keeps getting so freaked out sometimes when we're outside. And I'm like, it's just birds. I don't think about that. I'm like, I always forget. I forget about that, like with my little dog, my little 10-pound dog. I just let her outside and I watch her from the windows. My husband's always like, don't just let her out there, blah, 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 because we live in the country. Please don't pull that up. We live in the country, so there's a lot of predators outside. And it's funny because he was talking about the fact that a hawk would come down and pick up our dog. And I'm just like, what? And then there was one time when she was out there and she's like completely oblivious and like sniffing. And then I see this hawk like circling above, and I run outside. I'm like, keep watch out the window. So she's fine. She's fine. This hawk starts circling. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go out there and get my dog. I'm like, I do not want the hawk to like take my dog. And it sounds so funny. Like, to think that a hawk would pick up a dog and just run off. Hey, no ma'am. But it just sounds so funny that a hawk would pick up a dog and just run off with it, right? But it could happen because she's like, I don't know. She was 10 pounds the last time she was weighed. Or she's usually 10 pounds. But the last time she was weighed, she was like 9.5, almost 8, something like that. But because she's old, so sometimes she just doesn't eat. So, hey, no ma'am, no teeth. So she started losing weight only because of the fact that she's old and sometimes she just doesn't eat. So my husband's more worried about that. But she started eating again. So most likely the next time we take her to the vet, she'll be back up to her 10 pounds. It scares me when she loses weight because she's not a very, hey, that's coming out of there. Come here, come here, come here. Let me fix it. It scares me when she starts to lose weight because she's not a very big dog anyway. Oh, there we go. She's not a very big dog anyway. So when she loses weight, it's like, I'm sorry, but she cannot lose weight. Will you stop trying to pull the door off of there so you can get out? And yes, we are looking for a new cage for her, a new play cage, specifically because she's figured out how to get the doors out. So literally, okay, these are just like little 12 by 12 panels, and she's figured out that this is just slid in there. We had to take all of the zip ties off that held everything together. We had to take them all off because she kept popping them off. So I was like, okay, well, I had to take them off anyway because I was taking the cage down because we got new panels and I was going to make like a whole new cage for her and it was going to be bigger. So I had to take the zip ties off anyway, but she kept pulling them off and I was like, okay, this is not helpful in any way. These zip ties are not any good. They're just these cheapy things. I get it. We got a cage meant for cats. Cats aren't normally as destructive. So at this point, and like these things here, it's because of the fact that, you know, I don't know what it is. I don't understand. How can you say this is a 3-tiered cage and it's supposed to be a square with those little, with all of these little thingies everywhere, but yet we're missing pieces? Like, that makes no sense at all. So I've had to change these things out several times because of the fact, where is this one? This one. I've had to change these things out because she keeps tearing on them. It's literally just this cheap plastic material. And those things are supposed to be meant for like a seat for a cat to lay on. Like, I'm sorry, no, not at all. My cat, the way that she was, she would have eaten through those things anyway. The way that Valentine was, she would have eaten through them. She would have chewed on it because she could. And that's just how she was. So I don't understand how this is a cat cage because I thought from everything that Valentine did as a young cat, you know, I figured that it would hold on to her because she has those little sharp teeth like cats do. No, not at all. Like, I don't know if like her jaw strength, trying to get my hair out of her hand. I don't know if her jaw strength is more or what it is, but yeah, no, she's tearing everything apart. So, but she's also super, super smart because, you know, primates are super smart. So she's figuring out how to get the cage apart. And that's one thing I need to watch out for. But anyway, so we were at Tractor Supply the other day. We were at Tractor Supply. We never got out of the truck because it was 36 degrees. And by the time we got there, it was raining. So we just kind of drove up to where the cages and stuff were because we were looking at something that would be a little bit more sturdy inside and then also something that we could get for outside. So we were looking at different prices of things to do inside and outside because I still need one in here. I am hoping though that in 10 years, I should be able to remove the cage in here and just like set her up like her own little area where she'll actually stay. I can't guarantee that. I don't know. She is my first, so I'm not sure how monkeys are in 10 years. But I thought, you know, we'll make something real nice for her in the office and she'll have her own little area that she can hang out in. It's either that or we'll have to expand the house, which is fine. We have no problem, you know, building on extra, like on this side or something like that, building like a whole like enclosed area for her over there. But we were talking about doing something out this way, but then we realized we can't do anything out this window. The air conditioner's right there. So I can't just open the window and let her go in and out right here with the air conditioner right there, specifically because if we need work on it or anything like that, you know, we don't want it blocked. Oh, bless you. My goodness. So many sneezers. So that's one of the biggest issues. It's literally like right outside this window. But anyway, of course, we are in a manufactured home, so we're up just a little bit. So it's like, I mean, we probably could, but it would have to be elevated over the condenser. So, yeah. Either way, whatever. So, anyway, yeah, she's just in here playing. I think she understands that those things are actually holding the panels together. I mean, of course she does. She was here when we were putting it together. So she keeps trying to pull on them, and I think she's trying to pull them off to see if she can actually get out, because I know she doesn't want to be in here. I know she doesn't. And I feel kind of bad about it, but she kind of needs some kind of containment. My husband's talked about the smaller room, just turning that into the entire monkey room, just like a whole. But the thing is, though, is that I want her to be able to be in here in my office with me. I don't want to have to shove her in a room and then leave her in there. I don't want to do that. So he hasn't decided yet whether or not he's going to do that. I told him not to. I said there's no reason to actually give her own room, like a whole ass room to herself, when she has basic free reign of the home. Because we don't want to put any type of cages or anything like that in the living room area or anything like that. But I do want to set up something for her in our dining room. Now, our dining room right now seems to be like our movie area, because that's where all our DVDs are. And it also houses empty boxes. What are you reaching for, honey pie? Trying to touch my sofa? But it also houses empty boxes that need to go outside and get set on fire, because we burn most of our stuff out here. So anyway, but yeah, that's the dining room is basically just a junk pile area. Eventually it gets all cleaned out and everything, and it's real nice in there. And then we order more stuff from Amazon, because I never leave the house to buy anything, and stuff comes in. I did get her some stuff. I got her a new belt, is what I'm calling it. Sometimes people call it a belly band. It's literally just a dog collar that just goes around her waist. It's the only reason why I call it a belt. So I got her a belt and a new leash for if we ever do have to go out in public for any reason, like when we go to Tractor Supply and stuff like that. I do take her with me. But we're not the only ones that go with monkeys, and literally I just hate having to explain to people that no, you can't touch her. You can talk to her, but try to keep a safe distance, kind of things. I really would prefer if people would just kind of ignore her. I mean, I understand it's kind of neat in public and things like that. Oh my God, a monkey. And we go to PetSmart with her, but I do explain to people that you can't touch her and, things like that. And a lot of the times it's kind of hard when you're trying to explain to someone that, you can't approach oh my God, hold on. You have to be slow. They get very freaked out very quickly. And when she's scared, she's like grabs onto my neck very tight. So I can always tell when someone is approaching, because she will squeeze and I have to turn around and find out who's walking up. Like they're going to sneak in and she's literally trying to get into my shirt. That's the only reason why my leg pulled up. Because she'd been trying that earlier. Anyway, but people try to approach her like they're without saying anything. They just try to, walk up because they heard me say to somebody else, no, you can't touch her, things like that. And we barely ever leave the house. Like, I think that is probably the third time that we've ever actually tried to be in public, maybe fourth, in the, 9 months that we've had her. Maybe 3 or 4 times that she's ever actually been in public, specifically because I don't want to do that. But there are times where, my husband and I, we want to go somewhere and do something. So she has been, so 5 times. So I'm thinking about this. So she's been in public 5 times in 9 months. Okay. Because we have gone to Home Depot. We've been to Lowe's. I've been to Hobby Lobby, PetSmart, and Tractor Supply. So 5 different times has she been out in public. So anyway, so we got a new belt and leash for her that basically says, do not approach. And I think that's the leash says do not approach. The collar says something. I can't remember. I don't know if it says do not pet or something like that. And then I also got something that I can snap on. It says protective of mom, because that is the truth. She's very protective of me. So if someone gets kind of close to me, she barks, which is kind of funny. So yeah, like when we were at Home Depot, somebody got a little too close and she barked at him. And but he didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. He was just walking by. And it was only because of the fact that there was something in the center that he had to go around. So he got a little too close to me and she barked at him. So anyway, that's another reason why we don't want her in public either, is number one, because it's easier to keep her away from people when we're not in public. And it's also unsafe for not only her, but also for the public. So I just prefer not to go out in public. But sometimes it's kind of a, lose-lose situation type of deal. Like you kind of have to, because my husband doesn't really understand my vision, I guess you could say. There are certain things that I want to do, and I feel like he doesn't understand what I'm saying, and I don't want him to get the wrong thing. And this is another reason why we got the HEB app. So whenever he goes grocery shopping, I can already have stuff in the cart. And now it's gotten to the point to where he goes, picks it up, and comes home. Like we order a curbside pickup. So yeah, that's how that works. And I always get what I want. It's not something where it's on the list and then he comes home with something and I have to go, what is this? Just because it was on the list does not mean that is what I was looking for. Because I put veggies on there and he would always bring home fresh veggies that all have to be cooked within like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, I need frozen vegetables that I can just take a few out to give to her. Yeah, no. So we do it that way. It's easier anyway. Plus, not only that, but if he does go grocery shopping, he can actually see the picture of it, so he knows what he's looking for. But yeah, I don't like taking her in public, but we did give her some new stuff just in case, just to make it easier to keep people away from her. Just how about you not ask any questions, because there's nothing I can tell you. Like there are so many laws about exhibiting exotic animals and stuff like that. So there's certain things I can't say in public, and people don't understand. A lot of the times they just get kind of irritated whenever it's like, well, I did a lot of research so that I knew what I was doing with them. And I know exactly I did 6+ years of research to know exactly how to take care of her, because I wanted to make sure that I was prepared. I want to be the responsible one. I did the same thing when I was a kid. I asked my mom if I could have a hamster. She was like, oh, that seems easy. And I said, great. Can I get this book first? I got a book at the pet store about hamsters because I wanted to read the book first before I got the hamster. I wanted to make sure I was prepared for it. I was 12. It was great. That was the biggest pet I owned that wasn't a fish. So anyway, yeah. And then my cat was the actual, I guess the actual first pet I ever actually owned was my cat. But anyway, I always have to be prepared. I want to know what the hell I'm doing. I don't want to go into anything not knowing what I'm doing. So I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So I did do a lot of research and then trying to explain to people that I can't tell you anything about her, but there are a lot of great research materials that you can actually look up online and things like that. Sometimes people get really irritated when you won't answer a simple question. Sorry. The laws are very specific on what I can and cannot say. Are you going to chew that off of there? Maybe. I need to get her a new one of these because this was for when she was smaller and she can no longer climb in there. I mean, I don't know if she can or not. She never actually has tried. She's never tried to get in there. But I want to get her a new one of these. I want to get one that's bigger anyway. So, but she climbs up in there, and half the time when she's in there, I don't even notice because she crawls up inside there, and then all of a sudden you just see her peep over. She's so cute. But anyway. Yep. So, that's it. We were just in here playing, and I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and the only reason why I'm here right now. But anyway, that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I don't give a shit. Do whatever the fuck you want. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday with sometimes bonus videos on Saturday. And she's always around because we are always together. She's my bestie. Aren't you, Miss Aria? Are you my bestie? Yes. So, anyway, okay, bye.